Hello and welcome to the Ten Shadows podcast. This is the next episode. I forgot the episode name number. Um, we're talking about fullbring over mugestu today. This is a interesting topic because this is always going to be around in the Bleach fandom. This is probably going to be talked about. This stream will never finish it, obviously. The debate whether fullbring is over mugestu or mugestu is over fullbring. This debate will probably go on for, I wouldn't say centuries, but at least for the next 10 years that Bleach has like any life. Same as the debates of like who's the Zero Sparta essentially, and like who's the Zero Stone Riddle. Those types of debates, just keep going. Now, onto the actual video. We're going to be talking about fullbring over mugestu. After the battle with Aizen, Ichigo calls losing mugestu losing his Soul Reaper powers. This goes alongside another scan where Ewok says Ichigo once awakening his Soul Reaper powers, that Ichigo regained his elevated powers that he used to defeat Aizen, which would be a Soul Reaper power. So mugestu is a Soul Reaper power, which would make sense with how Ishin should know about, as he's a Soul Reaper. Actually, why did I have
How are you
that?
struggling reading? How are you struggling reading that when you're reading it off a script?
No, I wouldn't exactly say that. Nah, this one, the last sentence in that was poorly written by me. Extremely poorly written. Anyway, so
Not
this
that
is the
much.
scans.
I was more confused by your hesitation. But go on.
No, this sentence I actually wrote was badly written. That last
Alright,
sentence was badly written.
fair enough.
Which is still a dig on me, regardless. Yeah. Anyway, so here's the scans. So here is Ichigo has Mugestu here. You see with the black hair. Blah blah blah. He appears in front of Aizen, and he's like, "Oh, you're still regenerating." And then Ichigo loses Mugetsu's, and Ichigo then says, "Crap, my Soul Reaper powers are disappearing." So like he calls Mugetsu his Soul Reaper powers. And here is Ewok's thing, Ewok's statement: "The battles you fought once you awaken as a Soul Reaper were to elevate your power. That elevated power was to defeat Aizen. And then regaining the power you lost from defeating Sasuke Aizen was to take Ryo's life in front of my eyes." This is and it has a picture of fullbring the Lost Agent arc. So it's like referencing Jinjo from when he, regained the power. So what did you think of that, Frankie?
Did you call him Sasuke Aizen?
If I did, I'm gonna end myself severely.
Looks like you're ending yourself.
Oh my god, really?
You're
Sasuke, the Sasuke Aizen thing? Sasuke and
Sosuke.
Sasuke sound like the same thing.
Sosuke.
Really? Sosuke.
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 Like he's okay. Yeah, but your
Yeah, what did
definitions
you
your
think of the...
definitions check your definitions check out. So all good here.
Yeah, okay. Oh my god, I'm gonna platonic on the Sosuke from now on. I'm gonna stare at it. Now go on to the actual part of the fullbring, the Lost Agent arc. Jinjo's goal is for Ichigo to regain his Soul Reaper powers. Here's scan one of Jinjo's goal for Ichigo to regain his Soul Reaper powers. Here's another scan of Jinjo's goal for Ichigo to regain his powers. Now, there are more scans of this, but I only used 2 here. But no one needs to see 50 plus scans of Ichigo regaining his powers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ichigo says here he thinks he could regain his Soul Reaper powers with this. Now, so this is where we go onto the part. Tsukishima is impressed with the rate fullbring Ichigo has improved. Now, this is where we get into things. Tsukishima's powers is inserting himself in the past. It's neither memory manipulation nor what was the other one? More manipulating time. He's blatantly manipulating the past. But he's not.
Not this deception. Deception.
Yeah, it's not deception. He's just inserting himself in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what this scan here says. Changes past. Oh yeah, this is here. This is how he actually explains it. That is possible because my ability does not control time or memory. It is my ability. It is an ability that allows me to replace my existence in the past of others. Yeah. Just so it's like the way he would have explained it in the chapter.
Mm-hmm.
But this now we go on to the next part where Orihime now says, Ichigo, did you forget everything Tsukishima's done for you? Saving... Oh my god, now I'm hyper-criticizing myself on my Japanese last name and first names.
In a way.
Kuchi... Kuchi? Byakuya Kuchi? Saving Rukia Kuchi, defeating Aizen. It was all thanks to Tsukishima. So the point is now Tsukishima has inserted himself in their past and fought and defeat Aizen, Monster Aizen. And if you listen to like the statements for like everything Tsukishima's done for you, that phrase "done for you" in like advertising, that sort of thing, it's someone is directly mirroring you in doing everything you would have done, which is like the done for you model in like advertising. So like that specific phrase has like specific meanings that Tsukishima mirrored Ichigo. So in that sense, Tsukishima was there. Not only did he defeat Aizen, he also did Mugestu. And was like transcended tiers above like Aizen if you believe in the other scan, which I don't actually necessarily believe in it. What did you think of all that?
It just came back. Sorry.
Oh
So
my God.
perfect timing for me. Sorry. Please continue. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Alright. I'll continue. Alright, so
Not ironically. Not ironically. Sorry.
yeah. Now we also have other statements where Tsukishima wasn't expecting Ichigo to be this fast. In the scan, he says he can fight Getsuga Tensho when fullbring mode, plus the attack speed is several times faster than previously estimated, so this completed fullbring plus fusing Soul Reaper powers is actually faster than Mugestu. And here's the other scan where the incident actually happened.
Damn.
This matters as Tsukishima can beat Aizen and also perform the same role as Ichigo. So like right now it's heavily implying that Ichigo's performing above Mugestu now. And Ichigo is succeeding in getting his powers back. Those two things are like really important. Like I actually think the Tsukushima argument is actually like really good. Specifically because like he's actually just inserted himself in the past. So like it's not like a deception or anything like that. It's as shown. Ichigo then, what did you think of that?
But yeah, but Tsukushima not expecting it, and so that's the feat, basically.
Yeah, yeah. They're not expecting him to be
Yeah,
so fast. Even though he
that check.
yeah.
Yeah, that checks out. I mean, you could, I guess, put in the counter argument of like his battle IQ and his understanding of his powers, but
Yeah.
that's more a wrinkle really than like a solid counter
Yeah.
argument. So
Yeah, it's
checks
like
out.
how something works into it. Like can
Mm-hmm.
Tsukushima's battle like you really be that high that I mean it's fair. Because I honestly don't even know.
That or something along the lines of like not it's kind of like similar to Naruto and what's the guy who popularized
Oh, Kakazu?
the luck, no, the luck feat, his luck feat, and
Oh,
Naruto has a,
yeah, the high lock stat.
who's the guy who does that?
I think it's if it's anything to do with Kakazu, it's Noodles. But I do think Noodles did
Okay.
say that Naruto has a lot of luck.
No, okay, if it that yeah, that's what I mean. So like I guess
Yeah,
that's literally, I mean, it would be stuff that's outside of the text, honestly,
yeah,
for anything to get past like what you're defining right now. So I would agree with that.
yeah.
So
Ichigo,
yeah, but
keep going.
no, I said please continue.
Yeah. Ichigo gets his powers stolen by Jinjo. And here's another scan saying Jinjo stole his powers again. 2 scans. No one needs 50 plus scans on this because I know it's like a lot of people cover this topic that have like 50 plus scans of just Ichigo saying he regained his powers or Ichigo getting his powers stolen. It's like that's not necessary. Now, on to the next part. Ichigo then regains his Soul Reaper powers after Jinja stole it from Rikia after the Goatee 13 loaded their spiritual pressures onto the blade and give it back to Ichigo. Now, Shikai fullbring Ichigo's blade spirit pressure strikes is much stronger than his completed fullbring's Getsuga Tensho because Jinjo confuses Ichigo's sword strike with a Getsuga Tensho. The only recent memory he has of that is completed fullbring. So fullbring Shikai Ichigo is much stronger than completed fullbring. And
Mm-hmm.
if you lose on slide of that, like in a databook statement, there's Ukiora compares Getsuga Tensho to Acero Squaris. And if you use like a databook statement, the power of Acero Squaris is like an order of magnitude. So that's like a 10 times multiplier. So like bare minimum that Ichigo now is that Shikai Fullbring is 10 times stronger than the completed Fullbring. So right now, the scaling channel now looks like fullbring Bonkai over fullbring Shikai over completed fullbring, who's relative to Mugetsu. So what did you think of that?
Put it all together.
Yeah.
The right places, I will say.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so this
Yeah, they
wraps
all,
up
yeah.
the fullbring over Mugetsu section.
Just because this is before the scans are before the Quincy girls, or this is already
Yeah, yeah.
just so I know I'm
This is just the wrapping up of the fullbring over Mugetsu section. Yeah, this is before all the Quincy girls. Now we're getting into
right.
the fun parts of like
Yeah,
the implications of things that could happen.
right. Yeah, it's just because I'm scrolling down, so like
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
I'm just checking to make sure
That's
it's
fine.
like going ahead.
Yeah. So now we're getting into a little bit of the true Shikai stuff.
Uh-huh.
Zonkutsu was holding Ichigo's power. Ichigo could only use a fragment of power previously. This will include both Fullbring and Bugetsu, as those are just forms that use a fragment of Ichigo's power. And on top of that, any sort of argument you make with Ichigo fusing with his like sword, that sort of thing, so he's like fusing with his powers, like that Zanpakuto he's using is not a real like Zanpakuto. It's a very fake Zanpakuto that technically shouldn't exist, but he's forcing it open with his like power, like just a fragment of his power. So like this will end up with True Shikai over Fullbring Bonkai over Fullbring Shikai over Fullbring completed Fullbring relative to Miketsu. Because it will be over every other form of Ichigo before. I'll pull up the scans. Ichigo I'll fight on my own. So now we can get into the very fun stuff. But Bambi's had previous information about the Ichigo, which would include both Fullbring and Mugetsu.
All
Fullbring is
right,
the one
guys. Thank you very much. Take care. It's been a great stream.
that.
This is the 10 Shells podcast, and be sure to subscribe to PewDiePie. Bye. Continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Fullbring is the one that fought Kripke, which the Quincy's know about, and we guess is something York shows that he knows directly about it because we have York directly commenting on Ichigo's elevated power. York also knows about the Hogoku, so he knows like a decent bit of like circumstantial evidence about the situation with the Hogoku because he knows Aizen still has it. So the Quincy's do know about these two forms. So that true Shikai Ichigo is fighting with a level of strength well above his previous forms, which include Mugetsu and Fullbring. Here's the scans of all the things. There's Lotso saying he's way stronger than what the information indicated. There's a York scan instead. I had it above, but I'm reposting it here, showing it again. And then here's York's conversation with Aizen. I'm never saying his first name ever again. His last name, sorry. Last
I
name.
need, I need to do that more often. Then you're gonna run out of characters to talk about.
I'm like glaring at you, Squinty. You know.
W.
Okay,
Continue.
okay. I try. Sasuke. Susuke.
That was no. Okay, this is great. I love this.
Anyway, here's Aizen saying, "You came here before because you saw my power as a threat, didn't you?" York then says that's right. Then York then also follows up with, "But since you are fused with the Hogaku, it would take too long to kill you." So, disregarding the fact that Ewok can think that he can beat that current Aizen, because that Aizen's probably, actually we don't have any feats for that Aizen yet. We just know he can beat Ewok, can beat him. And then like there's stuff in the air about like Aizen also losing his powers. So like that Aizen might actually be weaker than the second invasion one, which I'm pretty sure I don't know if I have that scan later on here, but like the Kisuke saying Aizen might be stronger now.
W go.
Yeah, W. But like it's like why do you use your hedging language there? The hedging language. He might be stronger. Why?
Nothing is absolute.
Now, in reference to Candace attempting to off guard Ichigo, Kenpachi warns Ichigo about Candace. He gives a pre warning. He says, "Worry about yourself instead of me." So Kenpachi does think Candace is an opponent that Ichigo should be on guard for. Now we also have scans where Soul King York thinks base True Shika Ichigo, who is unprepared and off guard, hasn't drawn his sword yet. He thinks that Ichigo is strong. So here's the scans for that. Aren't you going to draw your sword? That leaves you awfully vulnerable, is what I would like to say. But it seems you're not exactly vulnerable. I can almost see your overflowing spiritual pressure take form. You've grown strong. No, that is the power you're supposed to have. So this Ichigo, even off guard, not attempting to fight or do anything, is strong. So like, Ichigo like off guard is like low end relative to York, because York obviously would stomp that Ichigo regardless, as shown in the final fight. So it's like if you scale anywhere around this area, you can basically off guard anyone, essentially. Kenneth destroy the Oaken with a helic. Oh my god, I hate Japanese names now. An arrow, which would scale above Ichigo's durability, as Ichigo is required to wear it to get through the 72 layer barrier. So like the Oaken does scale above Ichigo's durability. Candace's AB is able to directly clash with Ichigo's AP without her hands bleeding, as you can see in the scan. Ichigo directly backs away from Candace's wing electric blast, which is a sign of, I might be strongly wording it here, which is a concession of inferiority, as he didn't want to be hit by it. That might be too strong language there, but it's definitely a sign that he didn't want to engage her on at that point. Candace's Galvano Javelin actually did beat Ichigo's Getsuga. You can see this because the lightning actually kept going forward and moved past where Ichigo was. I think Frankie's went to go get pizza. Here's the scans for these. This is what I mean by the moving past stuff. All he did was actually divert it. So it actually scales fairly high. The Galvano Javelin is actually a good match with Ichigo's Getsuga. Canis was meant to be able to defeat Ichigo in Vol by the previous information they have. But Bambi's also admit inferiority to Canis's via even Vol standing can't get rid of him. There's no choice, let's do it. As the term Minis and Giselle think they can't do a better job than Canis did as a group. This will also put Canis's VS above their Skylove Ray forms as well, which makes sense as Canis was able to push Ichigo to using a Getsuga Tensho, and they didn't as a group in Skylove Ray. Canis' electrocution pushed Ichigo to use a Getsuga Jujisho, as he was okay with using a Getsuga Tensho against a weaker attacks. No, when she uses a stronger attack, Ichigo also uses a stronger attack. So Canis does have scaling to true Shikai Ichigo. That's the scaling chain there. Getsuga Jujisho over electrocution over Galvano Javelin relative to Getsuga Tensho. Then the Volstaining Gandus relative to true Shikai Ichigo. Above fullbring Bonkai, above fullbring Shikai, above completed fullbring relative to Mugestu. Now, I have Canis as the strongest in the Bambis, but I'm few in number in that regard, so this is where the fun stuff starts happening, where Bambietta, Latoto, Minius, and Giselle can be above Canis, as a lot of people think she is the weakest. In the manga, you get statements where Giselle has statements of being the second, not the second strongest. Latoto basically says Giselle and her are the strongest compared to the rest of them, which includes Minius, Candace, and Fiend. So that's how you can get Giselle above Candace, above Mugetsu. You also have other parts where Latoto obviously says she herself is stronger than Candace in the manga.
She's a little girl. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah. So Latoto.
Do you listen to children when they tell you things, or is that how
I disagree with
you
it.
are?
I disagree
Okay.
with it.
Oh,
I
okay.
have Candace at least as the strongest of the babies. If any of you disagree with my other takes, I at least have Candace as the strongest. I don't believe in the stuff that I'm saying right now. Latoto is citing herself as the strongest. Bambietta, you could argue Bambietta is the leader. So, by proxy or being the leader, she's the strongest. I don't agree with that either. But you could definitely pull that argument for it. And then you got people will argue that Meninas is stronger than Candace. So there are ways of arguing it. I don't necessarily believe in those ways, but you can argue those to be stronger than Candace. Now we can also have other fun interpretations where whether or not you think Tsukushima is holding back against Byakuya is another thing. Like, that's what I would argue to try and get around it. But if Tsukushima isn't holding back against Byakuya, but Byakuya is also like would then be like above, would be a Mugetsu level opponent or above, depending on whether you think Tsukushima is or isn't holding back against him. That would then get so that will pull Asnon as relative to above Mugetsu or relative to Mugetsu in First Invasion as Shikai Byakuya has feats on Tsukushima, and Bonkai Byakuya also has feats on Tsukushima. keep going. Were you going to cut in, Frankie?
I was gonna say, damn, Mugetsu is a Asnot victim.
Basically, yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, and but what makes
L
this funnier
L
is
L
now,
slander.
yeah,
L slander.
100%.
No, I'm leaving this server.
Now, yeah,
You're used to that.
yeah, I'm used to it by now. But what makes this funny is now, because Yamamoto pumps Asnot, obviously, with the flames. He nearly kills him. So now Yamamoto is now above Mugetsu. Now the problem is in First Invasion, everyone senses Yamamoto when he starts fighting and when he dies. So now everyone is now above Mugetsu because they're transcendent now, as they can sense there's like little funny interpretations now like that riddled in the story essentially. But to make this even worse, you got like guys like Ikaku that thinks he can handle Jiriko and like Yukio and all that because despite them having received Ichigo's parts of Ichigo's power, like if they receive like 1%, it's like still 1% of like Mugetsu. It's like so like when you run up those multipliers, you can easily get up to like to Mugetsu level with you know like a couple 10 times multipliers here and there and all that. But he's able like he actually thinks that he can handle like Jiriko, Yukio, and then like you got Shishigawa who doesn't receive any of Ichigo's power is able to go relative to like Ikaku. Yes. Other funny interpretations is that now Yamamoto trained his body to the like the absolute peak before like Mugetsu didn't scale to Mugetsu. But now after he lost his arm and then like he just trains like a little bit and now he's like relative to Mugetsu or above. So like there's like little funny things like here and there, like in the scaling.
Honestly, when you every time you keep on starting each new statement with another funny way you could
There's lots of funny interpretations you can have now.
the nervousness in your voice is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This one, the not the best one so far, I'd say. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So you got so it's like the nervousness now is like did Ginger actually give them like he genuinely knows he's about to fight Ichigo, right? He's about to have a hard battle against Ichigo. And now he's gonna give out like large amounts of power now to the other fullbringers. My gut instinct says no, but 1% of Migetsu is still 1% Migetsu. So I'm like, I fumble around this area. Especially like I definitely get like nervous around these sorts of statements because like I genuinely do believe Tsukushima is like Migetsu level, but the rest of them
Can
is
you repeat
like
that one more time? I was gonna can you repeat that one more time? I was gonna unmute and I deafened.
yeah.
You generally believe what about
Yeah, I genuinely
Tsukushima?
believe Tsukushima is like a Migetsu level opponent, but like the rest of the Fullbringers, that's where I suss about because that's the thing. Ginger, like, is Ginger really gonna share like real power to them while he's about to go fight Ichigo?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's either very arrogant or very stupid.
Arrogant, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that could explain it.
Or like a puts it all on the line type of moment. That fight.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe, yeah, maybe
I
you
don't know.
could
Unless he
argue.
also thought, unless he actually thought that what would it was technically like a resurrection or
Yeah.
Bankai. It was the Bankai, right? Or it was something like the two. Oh no, it was the fact that he could do Seros, right? That caught Ichigo by surprise.
No, it was Getsuga Tensho.
What did he do that was like hollow like? Well, didn't he do something that was like hollow like?
No, that's when he goes into Bonkai. When he goes into Bonkai, he heavily goes, "Oh, you forgot one thing. Um, inside me is like the power of like his whole a power of a hollow." And then like he goes Bonkai.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just other
Oh,
than
just the
that,
full.
his
Oh yeah,
exact
yeah, yeah.
copy of other than that, it's like an exact copy of Ichigo because he just fires against Getensho's
Yeah.
too.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, probably more. Yeah, like arrogant than rather
Yeah,
than stupid. I'd say.
but the problem with it is
I mean,
like,
I mean, it was his. Wasn't it his plan for like the whole betrayal?
yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
Jinjo's
that
whole
was his
plan.
plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he will be the primary antagonist of this arc.
Mhm.
But the issue with that is like he just got done getting pushed really badly by Ichigo because like just before this he confuses Ichigo's like normal sword blast with a Getsuga Tensho. So it's like he sure already had a massive attack on his ego just previously before he does this. I guess him being arrogant kind of like makes sense. I guess like a little bit. Maybe he didn't necessarily go into an ego death. He still thinks he can handle it because he hasn't gone Bankai or anything like that. And he just basically did a Shikai reveal to get past Ichigo's Getsuga Tensho.
I mean, every time he was. I mean, every time Ichigo powered up, I guess technically Ginja also had like a foolhardy thought that he also had a power up. I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I mean, obviously he. I think there was a point. Well, I mean, near the end there was a point where he knew he was gonna lose, but that's literally like at the 95% mark. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is well after
yeah,
they're
so this
gone
yeah this
somewhat relatively in Bonkai and Shikai.
yeah. So yeah, guy's not smart. He's not dumb.
Yeah.
He's foolhardy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's basically what happens in Naruto fights, except if Naruto actually died before he got the chance to talk it out.
Yeah. 100%. Well, I guess the toxic positivity really goes around in anime, I guess. Where characters really think they can win when they can't. Um Now I'm trying to remember if there's any other funny interpretations. Oh, there's a Camphor World one where Kenpachi is looking at Grimjail and he's still thinking whether or not he's stronger than than Noritora. But Noritora is like an FKT level opponent who's like fifth of Sparta level. Like it's not even near the top star. But Kenpachi's confusing Noritora with Grimjail now, who's if any of his feats go through that on Asken, that would make him like well above a Mugestu level opponent. So it's like, Kenpachi, is your sensing capabilities really that bad? there's that there's those funny interpretations, and then
You cook in with a funny adjective.
yeah. How can it not be funny? It's like is Kenpachi looking at Noritora with squinting and Grimjail squinting?
Mhm.
Like I can't see. But then coffee, camphor and wort is always weird anyway, in general with the scaling stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so that basically wraps up this whole stream. Welcome to the Ten Shadows podcast. Is there any shout outs you want to do, Frankie, or and you can say goodbye to the
No
audience?
shout outs, but this stream had total main character energy vibes. Skibbity toilet. No Ohio energy here. That ass on God.
And me mispronouncing Sasuke's name.
So yeah, Sasuke's name correct again. No, you pronounced Sasuke's name perfectly. It's Sasuke's name that you're having trouble.
Why is it the same? Why did I have to have it near the same? So scary. So scary.
You got it. Yeah, you got it. You
So
got it.
scary. I need to just stare at
There
it.
we go.
Because I think
But yeah,
Sosuke and then or Sasuke. Alright,
yeah.
if you guys like the video, like the video. If you don't like the video, don't like the video. Leave a comment if you have any other funny interpretations with fullbring Mugestu, I guess. Or if you have any disagreements, leave a comment as well. I'll definitely try to read it. I guess depending on how many people look at the finalized video when I put the thumbnail up.
Oh my God.
All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.